Da-doo-doo, doo-doo. Ooh, da-doo-doo, doo-doo. Ooh, da-doo-doo, doo-doo. What's up, you guys? John here for Obese Beast, and this is going to be Q&A number 4. Alright, so like I start off all these videos, I just want to say I'm not a personal trainer or a nutritionist or anything of that sort. So all of this information is just stuff that I've dealt with, and I'm just sharing my information with you. Okay, guys? So that being said, let's get to the questions. Today we're actually going to start with Instagram first. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do that. My handle is @obese2beast, obese_2. TO_beast. Make sure you follow me. Okay, let's get into it. Alright, first question is going to come from Starlight_Starbright2. I'm assuming it's a she, asks, did your shoe size change during your weight loss journey? Actually, funny enough, it did. I used to wear a size like 10, and now I wear a size 9.5, so it has changed about a half size. My feet have definitely narrowed out a little bit. They used to be a little bit wider, so they definitely narrowed out a little bit, losing the weight. So that was a really cool question, actually. Next question is going to be from Morana_Lovrenkick. I'm sorry if I said that's probably completely wrong, but she asks, in your videos you said that at one point you didn't eat enough calories. How did you get back on track to eat the right amount of calories? Honestly, lifting weights actually helped me eat more calories, because when I realized that I wanted to lift, I was too hungry to not eat enough calories like I was. So that helped me push myself to eat more calories and become a little bit more healthy, as I was eating far too less and just being unhealthy and tired all the time. And I just felt like I was basically eating enough calories to live, you know what I mean? Not to actually do anything with my body. So getting into lifting weights actually helped me eat more calories and become a little bit more healthy when I was losing the weight. So that's something I would recommend, is don't eat too little amount of calories. You know what I mean? Don't go down to 1,000 calories a day, because you're not gonna feel good. You're gonna be like just tired all the time, and it's not fun. You know what I mean? You want to enjoy your life. If you're losing weight, you're trying to improve your life, and don't make it worse by eating such a little amount of calories that you literally have no energy to do anything for the rest of your day. You know what I mean? That's not fun. So that was a really good question. Casey Fitz 22. She basically asks, I know she's watched some of my videos. So she said, I know that you've said that you're good at looking at a bad meal that you've had and moving past it. And then she wants to know if I've ever had a binging spree that was just hard for me to get over. I've never had anything where I kind of just binged like insanely for a long period amount of time. I don't know why I've never had that's never happened to me, but usually if I have one bad meal, it kind of usually I'll look at that bad meal because I don't want to do that again. That's what I'll think in my head. I don't want to have that meal again and do that to myself again, because usually after I have that meal, I don't feel good. Like my stomach just hurts. So I'll look at that meal and I'll just decide, okay, I don't want to do that again, and that's usually what pushes me to not go into like a binging spree, because I've never really had a binging spree where I've ate like five days in a row of just really terrible food. I've never had to deal with that, so that's something that I've kind of never had to deal with. So luckily I haven't done that yet. That's so Mariah asks, hey, if I ever traveled to San Diego, would you show me some of the cool places to see? Heck yes, I got you. I'll show you all the places. I don't really get out much because I work a lot, but I mean, we can set something up. Alright, it's your boy Izzy asks, I've been lifting heavier weight more often, and I put in work, but I don't get sore. So he's basically saying he works really hard, but he's not getting sore. He wants to know what he's doing wrong. Getting sore doesn't mean that you're making gains. Getting sore means you're doing something different to your body that your body's not used to. You can still make a lot of gains and never be sore, because if you're doing the same movements that you've been doing, your body is used to it. So you're not working your body in a different angle. If you want to be sore, do different exercises, I would recommend. But I mean, not being sore doesn't mean that you're not making the gains. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Just keep getting in there and killing it. For sure. Ethan Benson asks, do you follow macros or do you just eat good? Honestly, I don't really follow macros. I try and count calories more, but I don't even really like count calories to where like everything I eat, I know exactly what I'm eating. I just kind of eat, and I just kind of think about it. I try to eat smart. I guess I just eat good, you know what I mean? I try and eat smart and just don't go too crazy on the calories or go over calories or eat a lot of fats, you know what I mean? So I guess it's kind of a mixture of macros and eating healthy. It's kind of a mixture of both. That's what I do. I Dragon Fruit asks, how are you so cute? I woke up like this. I don't know. Genetics, I guess? I'm not cute though, so I don't know. Ask someone that's cute. This is a question that I get asked a lot. This is from Caesar_Cisneros. I think that's your name. I've been going to the gym for a while, but I still weigh about the same. Can you advise me of what I can do to help me lose more weight? If you're going to the gym and you're hitting it hard and you're not losing any weight, the only thing what that tells me is that your diet is probably not on point. What I would recommend is really, for at least a week, think about what you're eating. Really work on eating less calories. If that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to lose weight, eat less calories and just be smart about it. Think about everything you're about to put in your body. Think about, is this something that I need, or is this something that I'm just using to feel better, as a, you know what I mean, like a comfort food. So think about that, and that should help you realize, okay, I don't really need to eat this. This isn't helping me at all towards my journey. So that's what I would recommend. Think about what you're about to eat and what it's going to do to your body, and if it's going to fuel your body or if it's going to hurt your body. So that was a really good question, man. Michael XFC5, that's a hard name to say, asking me what my favorite music is. My favorite music that I listen to mostly is probably hip-hop, like not the newer hip-hop, but like pretty much any hip-hop. I like a lot of hip-hop, and I also like alternative rock a lot. I like rock, I like punk pop, what? Pop punk. I like a lot of music. I'm basically everything. I don't really like country very much. I don't listen to like classical music at all. So yeah, those are probably the main two that, obviously I like crazy like music that's not from my country. So anything that a regular American male would listen to, I basically listen to, other than like classical or country that I don't really listen to those. We're gonna move on to my YouTube comments. So these are comments that were on my last Q&A that people asked that I'm gonna answer here. So if you have any questions that you want to leave on this video, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them on my next Q&A, okay? So the first question we're gonna answer from YouTube is gonna be from Shaquille O'Neal, I guess is his name. He says, "Hey champ, do you do direct ab work, or do you let other lifts take care of it?" Before, I actually just recently started doing direct ab work. I had definitely been neglecting it. It was something that I was not doing enough of. So I just recently started doing more direct ab work. I was thinking in my head, oh, I'll just let my other lifts take care of it. But I think that it's something that I should work, because definitely when I do any sort of ab workout, I'm really sore for the next few days. So I think it's definitely something that I should work on. So yeah, definitely gonna be doing some more ab work in the future. Jonathan Melger asks, what were your other lines of work and what were they like? So I think you're asking like what other jobs I've had. The first job that I ever had, I worked at Vans Shoe Store, which obviously it's a shoe store in America. I'm not sure if they're anywhere else. I know they're in Australia, but it's just a shoe store. That was a pretty cool job. That was just in the mall by my house. And then when I was working there, I actually worked at a grocery store as well. I had got a job there for a little bit. I was working both jobs, and then I was getting a lot more hours at Vons, which is a grocery store. So I moved and I was just working at Vons. And then after working at Vons for a little bit, I actually had a friend say, hey, you should come sell cars with me. So I actually worked at Toyota San Diego for a while. And then from there, I moved over to a shooting range. That didn't work out because my boss was a total jerk, and I'm very glad I don't work there anymore. Then I moved over to Starbucks, which is where I'm at right now, and also I work at a gym called 24 Hour Fitness, and I just started there. My first day at the actual gym that I'm going to be working at is tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to start. But yeah, so that's all the jobs that I've had since I started working when I was 18, I think. Was it 18? Yeah, I was 18 when I started working. Kevin Higgins asks, my question for you is when you were overweight, did you have low self-esteem? If so, how has it changed since you've lost over 100 pounds? Yeah, I definitely had low self-esteem. There would be points when I was just so sick of myself, and I just hated being who I was. And that was a real reason why I decided to lose the weight, because I was sick of feeling like that, you know what I mean? There would be times when I really loved myself, you know what I mean? And I was really happy with who I was, but there was other times when I really did not like who I was, and it really bummed me out. So definitely my self-esteem has gone up, but it's still, I'm still the same person. So I'll have those times where I'm still like not happy with who I am, and that's something that I deal with still, you know what I mean? It's definitely something I think that has stemmed from being really overweight, and it's something that might not ever go away, which is okay. It's just who I am, you know what I mean? I'm not always gonna have the best self-esteem, and I think everyone deals with that, not having perfect self-esteem. Even though you try to put on your best face, out in the real world, sometimes, you know, when you're at home alone, you kind of feel bad about yourself. And it's something that I deal with still, but definitely not as much as it was when I was heavier. But yeah, my self-esteem has definitely gone up, though. To answer your question simply, it's definitely gone up. It's not perfect, but I don't think anyone's self-esteem is really perfect. You know what I mean? So that was a good question, man. I appreciate that. Bree Saves, she asked 2 questions, but I've already answered the first one, so I'm going to just answer the second one. She said, how has your experience with females changed before the weight loss and now? It's definitely a little bit different. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I do get more attention, which is kind of weird because I really don't know how to handle it. Before it was always, I was the guy that was their friend, you know what I mean, a girl's friend that you hear the word friend zone, right? So that's where I basically always was. Now girls will call me cute and like stuff like that, and I don't know how to deal with it. It's seriously like when they do it, I'm just like, okay, you know what I mean? I just don't know how to deal with it. It's honestly something, it doesn't creep me out or freak me out, but it's something that I'm definitely trying to learn to deal with a little bit better, because I can tell when they do it and I react the way I do, they're like, well, okay. Like, I'm just definitely not the most, I'm pretty awkward when it comes to girls, for sure. For sure. Alex T asked, how many calories do you aim to get a day? Right now that I'm cutting, I'm trying to get around 2,200, 2,500 on this cut. Maybe a little bit less, probably around 2,200. But I don't really count calories exactly. And I said that a little bit earlier, but yeah, I don't count calories exactly. It's just too much work, man. I don't have time for that. So, but I do try and, I try and be smart about it, you know what I mean? I think about it, but I don't weigh everything out. I just think about, okay, because I kind of know what I'm eating and how much calories things have now because I've been doing it for a while. So it makes it a little bit easier to count calories, or I just basically look at what I'm eating and think about what is probably in it, how many calories in it, because usually I make most of my stuff I make, so I know what's inside of it. And if it's something that I don't make, I try and look at, you know, whatever nutritional information is on the package or whatever it is. I'll look at sometimes I'll even look it up online, like if I'm going out to eat, I'm like, okay, how many calories is in this thing? You can look it up online on your phone, and that helps me kind of track what I've been eating throughout the day. And also, one thing that I recommend for people to do is, if you don't want to count calories too much, I mean, eat a lot of the same stuff. I mean, you guys have seen my videos. I eat a lot of the same stuff. The reason I do that is because it makes it easier for me throughout the day to know that I am getting the right amount of calories in for the goals that I have. So if you're trying to lose weight and you don't want to count calories every time, like, okay, I have to weigh this out, blah, 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 do this. Oh my gosh, you don't want to do this. Eat a lot of the same stuff because you know what's in that and you know that it's going to be helping you towards your goals. So yeah, it's not the most fun and you're not getting, oh, crazy, all these nice foods, crazy foods, ooh, so fun. But you are doing that to get closer to your goal, which should be the most important part of your journey, you know what I mean? Is everything is focused on getting closer to the end result. And that's something that I think about. Also, a question that I get a lot, I'm just going to tie this in, is how do you stay motivated to do like cardio and do all this stuff? What I do is I think about, okay, once I'm done with this, 30 minutes on the stair climber, I'm going to be closer to the goal that I want to achieve. And that's how I stay motivated. Once I get this workout done, with workouts, I mean, I really enjoy them, so I don't have to think like that. But with cardio or eating healthier, once I finish this, I will be closer to the goal that I am trying to reach. And that helps me out so much. Seriously, that is the intrinsic motivation is very important in this journey, you guys. All right, you guys, this is going to be the last question. I don't want this video to be too long because if it's too long, people are going to look at it like, yeah, I'm not going to watch that. So the last question is going to be from Moriana Lavrinikic. I don't know how to say your name. It's kind of strange. But she asked, how often do you have cheat meals? I really try not to eat that many cheat meals at all. Usually if I do have a cheat meal, I don't really plan my cheat meals out, which I mean, I know I should, but it's usually something that just kind of happens and I'm like, okay, well, that was my cheat meal, so I'm going to, now from there, I'm going to move on and live my life, you know what I mean? So if I have a cheat meal, it's usually not something that I planned out for weeks and weeks and weeks. It just kind of happens and I'm like, dang, okay, that was a cheat meal now, you know what I mean? I'm not going to eat like that again. I'm going to move on from this. So that's something that I do that's helped me, is just realize that, okay, this cheat meal is not going to end, it's not the end of the world. I need to move on from it, and I will learn from my mistake that I just made, and hopefully I can learn and you know what I mean, do a better job next time. Alright guys, so thank you for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everyone's questions, but there were seriously probably between both of my social media platforms 75 questions. So that's just, I mean, I can't answer all those. This video would be a million years long. So, but I seriously appreciate every question I got, and I'll try and answer them in the comments, the questions I wasn't able to get to in the video. But if you have any questions, or questions for the next video, leave them down in this video, please. I would really appreciate it. If you guys like the video, if it helps you out at all, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. You'll get an update on every video that I make. And I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed. I'm at 1,200 subscribers now. That blows my flipping mind, you guys. Thank you so much. My cat's right there. I have one more thing to say. Look how buff I am.